The biggest thing was I just saw so many of the themes in my previous work in this, and yet it's The Lion King. And I also saw so many things that I didn't know or just didn't realize about these characters that were just so wonderfully detailed in Jeff Nathan's script. It was the technology. Once I read the script and I realized that the story was amazing, I watched the 2019 film. And I thought there was something about what Jon Favreau and MPC, the animation company, what they were doing that was really interesting. It sort of deconstructed, my memories of the story as a kid, and I thought, oh, that'd be interesting to play with. The main thing for me is this idea of good versus evil. For 30 years, Mufasa has been purely good and Scar has been purely evil. And I love that we get to go back in time and we see how these characters, we meet them as children. No one is born good or born evil, but through a series of choices, through their response to the way the world treats them, you see one person evolve into the best version of themselves and another person evolve into the worst version of themselves. And I think that happens every day, in our lives. And so I think that's a really big message to take from the film. I love Blue Ivy did a really wonderful job as Kiara. To me, she's like the emotional core of the film. She's where kids are going to see themselves in the movie most directly. But then Preston Nyman, who's local to London here, he plays Zazu, and he brought just so much new energy and new life to that character. And then Mads Mikkelsen, everyone's favorite villain, just did a really wonderful job of humanizing, a guy whose worldview I do not agree with. So yeah, it was a really, really great time working with all of them. To me, it was a microcosm of the film where Labo was so core to the DNA of the sound of the Lion King, and Lynn respected that, Dave Metzger respected that. We just embraced it. It was a really beautiful process.